We back like we left something, but y'all listen. Come on, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is, the real two-tap.
Your man Marathon Manny.
All praise to God.
For everything, and I mean everything.
And listen, y'all, this is another episode of The Real. And tonight, y'all, we got a special guest. You know, he back with us.
Back at it again.
I'm telling you, we back like we left something, like I left my keys, you understand? But listen, he back with us again. Freak. You don't go by that no more. Mr. Honest. Mr. Honest 1700, man. 1700.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Good, Marathon. What you about to say?
Nah, man, we're going to do the mental health check-in.
Okay, I thought you were out there. Okay, cool. But listen, before we always start, we do a mental health check-in, man. That's the important right there. So how you feeling, man? How you doing? How was your day?
I'm feeling blessed today, man. Been
blessed.
fasting all day, just drinking fluids, and ready to break my fast in a few.
Alhamdulillah, man. How about yourself, Marathon?
Hey, listen. You know, I wanna take this moment, a mental health check-in, to, you know, just let everybody know we're not all perfect. Sometimes we fall short. I feel like my temper got the best of me today. Nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying? Just feel like my temper got the best of me today, and you know, I just feel like I gotta share that with y'all, you know, because, you know, some days we have rough days, some days we don't. You know what I'm saying? But we embrace those days and we learn from them, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I'm blessed and I'm healthy, I'm good. Thanking God for everything.
Amen.
To you.
Me, man, it's a long day. You know, it's the Ramadan, the holy month of Ramadan. I'm tired, extremely exhausted. Extremely exhausted. But, you know, you got to show up and show out. And like I always say, every day I wake up as a win. So let's get it, man. Let's get it. So I'm going to say this, man. You go ahead and kick us off, man. Kick it off, man.
So check this out, y'all. We about to start a new segment under the Real Podcast. It's going to be focused around, you know, prison. We're gonna use these prison stories, these prison experiences. You know, it's gonna be called Prison Stories with Manny. We're gonna use these, you know, to shed a positive light, to try to educate and enlighten people and encourage people in different ways. We're gonna use our experiences to, you know, show y'all the dark side of being in prison. You know, the positive sides of us having gone through it. And you know what I'm saying, how it affected us inside and how it affects us outside. So, you know, today, our first guest gonna be honest, you know what I'm saying? He did a lengthy sentence just like I did, you know, if not more. And, you know, today we gonna have some talks about, you know, incarceration, doing time, our experiences, you know what I'm saying, topics like that. So let's get into it.
So honest. We know you spent a lot of time in prison. You know, the place we grew up at, Adams Morgan, 17th Euclid to be exact. You spent a lot of time in prison. I would see you one day, the next day you back in prison. You'll be home not even 90 days and you'll be already back in prison. So talk about, on the last, you know, podcast, you talked about it, but talk about what really led to that. Like, what was going through your mind mentally, going back and forth to jail, you know, Mom Dukes, you know, everybody, because when you go to jail, right, you're not only affecting yourself, you're affecting your family as well, especially your mother, your father, people that care about you, your brothers, right? You're affecting them. So talk about what really your mindset, like, what was you going through during that time?
Well, at the time going through prison, like, especially how I just kept on going back, you know, I always questioned God, and I was like, dang, you know, why I always keep catching the bad breaks, you know, because I always, you know, since I've been in the streets, I've always been a good dude, you know, and it just was like, damn, the good guys always get caught, you feel me? And I also, you know, basically, man, I ain't gonna say I took it for a joke, but I just always felt like I would never get caught. Like, even if I just got caught, I feel like next time I'm not gonna get caught.
Yeah, right.
I always feel like I'm not gonna get caught. You feel me? So, yeah, between me feeling like I'm not gonna get caught and me just wondering, like, why is it happening to me? You know, like, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, I just always knew that it was for a reason. Everything happened for a reason, you know. So, like, that's how I was able to do every number, you know, just like, you know. And the crazy part is when you're doing them sentences, right, you feel the pain that you cause to your family. You feel me? I'm talking about all the years, you feel the pain, right? So when someone, you know, decides to result back into their same old behavior, right, they still remember the pain that they put them through, son. It's just that life circumstances or situations, you know, get them back to the point where it's though, man, damn, man. you know, you're gonna chance it again. You know, yes, you love everybody that you hurt. You feel me? It's just it's a mental thing. You feel me? Until you are mentally comfortable. And my bad, cause I don't even know how to work my phone, Slim. I've been gone so long. How do I turn this joint off? But at the end of the day, Slim, like when people are out here coming home from prison, and then you see them back outside in the streets, you'll know the ones who genuinely really don't want to be doing it. You feel me? And you'll know. And it's just like I mean, it's hard to explain. You know, another thing I hear a lot of people say about people that go in and out of jail, oh, you must like it there. You feel me? Like, why would somebody like it there?
For sure.
You feel me?
Right.
I mean, other than unless you're getting some money. You feel me? Like, now, I done ran across dudes that crash out to go get some cheese now. Yeah. Feel me? So,
some dudes told me, man,
you gotta make it
I'm
make
gonna go to the county for about a year. You know? And I'm gonna run it out. I'm like,
yeah.
You want to jail get some money,
but it's just crazy. It's the mentality, bro.
Yeah, it's a mentality. You feel me? And I think that just to counter and just to help change people, what you call it, recidivism, the going back in,
to help, like, I guess what you're trying to say is like to help with the reduce the recidivism.
Yeah.
Recidivism, if y'all don't know what it is basically the likelihood of a person that has been incarcerated
the best thing
go back.
Yeah, the best thing you could possibly do is just get them all the support in the world. You could just support them, son.
Yeah.
Like, and the worst thing you do is just talk bad or degrade, you know what I mean? Or just bring out his faults. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, we all got faults. Like, let's keep it a buck. You know, no matter how good your life is going, everybody got their own issues.
Yeah.
So if you deal with everybody, no matter if they been home forever or just coming home or whatever, you feel me? All you can do is just give them support instead of just, talking down on them or give them anything other than being uplifting towards the situation. At least give them hope.
Let me ask this. How much time did you do collectively altogether? If you could remember the time, because it's been a long time, man. You've been in and out of jail, man. As long as I know
41. I mean, I'm a shortchange myself, bro. I'm gonna shortchange myself. I'm gonna say I did. Let's say 18.
18. That's 18. A lot of time, man.
And that's just adult.
That's.
Man, hold on. Let me make sure.
Fact,
Am I? What's 18? That's 23. Dang, I ain't even talk juvenile, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you didn't get that. Oak Hill and all that stuff.
And Nebraska and all that stuff.
You was out of residentials and stuff like that.
Man, but at the end of the day, it made me who I am today.
Absolutely.
I mean, hey, like that's the thing. Everybody got their own journey. You feel me? Everybody got their own journey. Now, will somebody sleep on the street for 10 years to be a millionaire in 15?
You said would they?
Would they?
Sleep on you said sleep on the street for 10 years, then be a millionaire.
In 15 years, though. You feel me? Would somebody sacrifice 10 years sleeping on the streets?
Not most
I don't think most people not going to do that. They say they'll do it to be a millionaire, but they're not going to do it. 10 years?
But what about the people who has to do it and then they become millionaires?
Let me ask you this. Do you know anybody that became a millionaire that slept on the streets?
Yeah. I don't know him personally, but I heard of him. Tyler Perry.
I was you about to say that Steve in his car. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you never know somebody's situation. I mean, first off, homeless is not having your name on the property. You feel me? That's like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you don't, I mean, as a grown person, if your name ain't on nothing, then at the end of the day, I mean, it's a form of homelessness.
For sure.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
So that's the thing, like with people that's really outside, that's in a lower form of homelessness, you can't look down at them for real, because at the end of the day, it's people that's around you that are homeless too. They just doing better than you.
Exactly. And homeless people are some of the freest people. If you talk to them, some of the smartest people. They're in nature all day. So when you have conversations with them, you might think they're stupid, but they paying attention. They see things. They outside all day long.
All day long.
Like you stop a homeless person, you give them something right there. Want to have a little conversation. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a good day. Because the appreciation that they show you, because people ride past and talk down, go get a goddamn job, but you don't know people's situation.
Yeah, you don't know the circumstances, and I mean, I want to kind of get into this like with like prison, like people just coming out of prison, right? We readjust after doing a lot of time and stuff, and not too long ago I saw the rapper Finesse 2 Times. He was talking about prison, right? And he was talking about how like he does not allow himself to forget where he was coming from, right? And he emphasized on the importance of it, right? And I totally resonated with that, right? And it made me actually feel better about how I am. Was like I bring up being in prison a lot, right? But I don't bring it up because I don't want nobody feeling sorry for me. I'm not trying to make a sob story out of it. I'm not, like it's more so it's like, say you got a guy that went to Iraq. He spent 5 years in Iraq. You think it's gonna be it's gonna be easy for him to just kind of like move on with life after he done been through all of that stuff in war? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of similar to having been in prison, right? And while we be out here like readjusting and stuff, like Honest said, like the best thing you can do is kind of like just be supportive of a person. Don't bring out their faults. Don't, oh, this ain't prison, why are you being like that? You know what I'm saying? Don't like discourage them from nothing. Like, man, bro, like this the real, bro. My own family, like my brother, like sometimes he probably didn't mean no harm by it, but like he'll try to like I set this standard for myself, and he's like, nah, be here with it. And I'm like, nah. Like, let's just say, for example, when I set the standard for me wanting a car, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get a certified pre-owned vehicle, this, and that, right? And this was my standard. Bro's like, nah, why don't you get a bucket, get something, this, and that. I've had people sit there, like, I set my standard, and they try to break it down, like, nah, you just getting out of prison. You can't, no, don't do that. Don't ever discourage a man that's coming out.
Power, hey, uplift it. You can't bring it uplift, you hear me?
And I say that for, like, the people that, I say that for the people that do have friends and family, getting out of prison. Like, don't be discouraging to them, because that's the worst thing you can do. You'll steer them right back into a bad situation, right? And another thing that I learned was, like, just because you went to prison does not make you a bad person. You may have made bad decisions, you know what I'm saying? Or uneducated decisions or mistakes, you know what I'm saying? But it does not define you as a whole, And so now, like, I have no shame in telling somebody. Today I was at the dentist. The lady was like, hey, we don't have any medical records of you, this, and that. When's the last time you've been to a doctor? And I had to break it down, like, listen, ma'am, for about 7 years I was incarcerated, so that's why you don't see any records. I have not been to a doctor yet. I don't have a primary care doctor, and this, and that. I had to kind of like break it down to her. And sometimes it's kind of like, I would say, embarrassing, but at the same time I try to like make sure I don't have any shame in it, because that doesn't make me a horrible person. You feel me? So I definitely emphasize that. Like, a person coming home from prison, don't ever let nobody make you feel like you're a bad person because you were incarcerated. Nah. We all mess up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people's mistakes don't lead them to prison. Some of our mistakes do lead us to prison. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about how you shape back from it. It's all about your intent. You know what I'm saying? Getting out of prison, what you want for yourself. And, that's something I gotta share, because it's like, I want to change the narrative of dudes just getting out of prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to change that narrative, like, of people that are in prison. You know
and I'm trying to change the narrative of people getting out of prison in a positive light, because guess what? Everybody's coming home from prison doing positive stuff. So at the end of the day, getting out of prison was so negative, whereas though we trying to make sure, when we say you're getting out of prison, yeah, the men coming home, so things won't be getting in order. You feel me? When you come home from prison, show what you've been doing while you was in prison. You know, hopefully you was in there getting some education, get your mind right, becoming a man. Because the same way how you saying, like people be like, oh, you came from prison, bruh. I walked a lady across the street when I was in Charlotte, and she was like, oh, I didn't know they do this anymore. You feel me? So that's somebody that just came home from prison.
That happened to me too. I gave
Sweat.
the lady my seat. I gave the lady my seat, and she said
that's stuff
something
people
like,
come home from prison do.
Yeah.
You respectful.
Hold the door.
You feel me? Yes, we're gonna hold the door. We're gonna say hi. We're gonna be polite. That's what stuff people in prison do, not the other stuff that they talk about. Because people that come home from prison don't want to go back to prison. So we're gonna practice the same behaviors that we had to display while we was in prison out here.
Yeah,
Feel
exactly.
me?
Like ultimate forms of respect. Like,
That's it.
you know,
Respect.
carrying yourself as a respectful person. Because one thing about it, you don't want to be disrespected. And by, you know, like, the best way to not be disrespected is to carry yourself with respect. If you respect yourself and you respect others, it's going to be hard for another person to disrespect you. Unless they just that ignorant. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like they
And separate yourself from people that's disrespecting you. Feel me? Don't even give them a chance to disrespect you. You know?
And what about the mentality of, like, I know, like, and I've encountered people where it's like, they're kind of like skeptical of me because I was locked up. They don't really know what to think of me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, shoot. At the end of the day, like that's how you saying you be feeling sometimes?
Yeah. Oh no. Like I felt that. Where it's like, you know, it's a kind of like distrust. Well, like it's understandable, but to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying. Now and like to some point, it's like now you just kind of like discriminating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be like that. I mean, at the end of the day, but one thing about it, man, you gonna find your passion, and you can get paid for your passion. At the end of the day, you know, we just get everything in our repertoire. You got this going on, you got that going on. You feel me? This is a nice platform. You feel me? As far as anybody coming home from prison worrying, man, first thing first, worry about yourself. You had to worry about yourself in prison. Why you coming home worrying about everybody but yourself? You worry about yourself now, you gonna be alright.
Come out here trying to play Superman.
You come out here, you worry about everything but yourself.
Everybody that you out here trying to come out here and save or make their life better, or I had to tell this to a couple people. I'm like, listen, bro, like their life has been going since you've been incarcerated, and you was incarcerated for a while. Think about it. Why? Like, what changed? Just because you got out now, it's all on you? No, sir. You know what I'm saying? Of course, your presence does make a difference and should make a difference, but don't put all that weight on yourself. Like, oh, I gotta be the savior of my
You gotta
uncle,
love
my
yourself.
aunts, and
You
like,
gotta
you gotta take care of yourself first.
Mm-mm.
Take care of yourself first. That's what we go wrong at. Like if we don't focus on taking care of ourselves before, you know, we're able to like look out for other people and stuff. And I'm not saying don't have the intentions on looking out or helping other people, but make sure you good. Make sure you coming out here and making sure your ducks are in order before you start spreading yourself thin to other people.
And watch how people use you when you come home. You feel me? Like people will use you in all forms. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, and like, whenever somebody reach out to you for something, just think to yourself, like, should they have reached out to you? You feel me? Like, at the end of the day, you know, evaluate your life, evaluate the reasons why they reached out to you, and then figure out, should they have reached out to me? Like, was that their best decision? Was that their best decision to reach out to me? For anything, you feel me? And then at the end of the day, you can start separating yourself from the foolishness, because, like, at the end of the day, like I said, all you should be getting is support. You should not be getting phone calls with, hey, man, look, this was going on, man.
Can I borrow this till Friday?
Can I borrow this till Friday? Like,
that stuff, it kind of be like, to me, like, and I've had encounters, and I'm not down to nobody that, you know, when people are in need, they're in need. They're gonna look for, if anything, you know. Now there's a thin line, but like, if anything, I would kind of like feel good that a person would have enough trust or confidence in asking for my help, even though I'm fresh out. You know what I'm saying? They believe in me that much, or they see like, oh, you know, he's on it. That means that translates to you doing something good, right? Because if ain't nobody looking for your help, that means you're useless, right? Somebody looking for your help, that means you're useful for something, right? But now when I say it's a thin line, it means people just try to take advantage, or people just genuinely need help, and they, you know, they're just not gonna, like, they're not gonna have a shame in asking you for help, right? But like you said, you gotta ask yourself. Like for me, I would ask myself, would you be able to do this without me? Yes. You were doing it before. You feel me? And that's important, like, because if you sitting there putting everybody before yourself, nah, you doing a disservice to yourself and them. You feel me? Want swerve the topic real quick, because what we was just talking about earlier, man time, right? Help me out. I want to kind of bring a good description of what man time is, because I really feel like now, like, that word is just kind of like just getting tossed around and not really understanding what it is, right? What man time, what being on man time is, what being a man is, right? And shout out to Snow and them, Quarter Ticket Club, because they got man time Mondays, man. We're going to have to tap in one day.
Most definitely. Shout out Big Snow, man.
Yes, sir.
The up way.
The up way.
For sure. So what is man time? From your textbook definition.
Well, man time. Man time is basically order, you know. Basically, you know, all about holding somebody accountable, making sure things are done in the right manner. You feel me? And that's in all aspects of life. You feel me? A lot of people think man time is like going hard, or, you know, basically just, they don't even know for real. You feel me?
Have being aggressive.
Yeah, being aggressive. Yeah, all right, that could be man time, but you could be man time aggressive when it's someone that's praying on the weak. Now someone's praying on the weak. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And now he don't even know it's a bed in the back when you know what I mean, picking on somebody. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you could be aggressive.
Being a bully.
Yeah, being a bully.
That ain't man time.
Yeah, exactly.
That ain't man time.
Man time is basically hold yourself accountable all times. You feel me? You know, right is right, wrong is wrong. Snap.
Having dignity about yourself.
Like at the end of the day, not advantage taking nobody. Basically, just trying to help the next man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's man time. You feel me? And like in prison, man time, making sure everybody ain't nobody just bogarting the TV. Or if you know what I mean, or if we decide to take over 3 TVs in the unit, we at least one of the men gonna be, hey, nah, we gonna make sure, because we keep men. You feel me? It's always gonna be men amongst, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So regardless, I don't even care a pack of wolves. It's gonna be a man be like, hey, nah, this TV, like y'all got had them 9 TVs, but this right here is gonna be for them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And he ain't talk about, I'm not even gonna watch the TV. I'm gonna make sure I turn this TV to anything that they wanna watch. And guess what? Y'all can't go over there. You feel me?
That's man time.
That's man time. Mm-hmm. And guess what? That's the only man in the room now. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
For sure.
That's how quickly you can separate. All these wolves over there messing with these little, you know what I mean? But here go the man right here staying on low. Mm-hmm. Huh? I could be a man up to, I got one TV that made sure everybody else straight. You feel me? That's man time, making sure everybody, I ain't worried about that TV. For sure.
Man time is also, man time, bro, like, it's also like using your mind before you use your, like, using your mind is discernment, bro. Like let's, you know, for example, in the feds, like, you know, we all gonna have each other back, right? Mm-hmm. But one thing about it, because I'm getting into a situation, I'm going, like, from my perspective, I'm gonna think about what I'm getting myself into and the repercussions of it in the sense of, Honest got a daughter back home. My man over there, he got 3 kids, you know what I'm saying, waiting on him to come home. And his date in 2 years. That's not too far from now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He go home in 6 months. But I know they gonna back my play if it's a right cause. You know what I'm saying? It's man time is being a thinker. You know what I'm saying? Knowing, like,
Caring for the next man.
Exactly.
That's man time. Caring for
about
the.
the
Nah,
next
you know
man.
I can't put that man in that situation.
Yeah.
That's man time. You feel me?
You can't call yourself a man and you putting people in bad
You
situations.
gotta hold yourself accountable.
Hell
You
yeah,
when a nigga
bro.
curry you, hold yourself accountable. He curried you. Handle that man right then and
handle
there.
your situation.
Right.
And then, you know, whatever happens on the back end, that's another thing.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, that's man time is using your mind. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah,
being
using your
emotional.
mind.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying like we not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like I just told y'all, I feel like my temper got the best of me today. I ain't do nothing crazy. I just feel like, all right, I could have carried whatever I went through better. You know what I'm saying? And that means you're not perfect, but at the same time, if you see you do something wrong, you gotta think about it, like, all right, what could I have done better? Be a thinker. You know what I'm saying? A man thinks. A man uses this. You know what I'm saying? That's man time, bro. Using your mind, not putting yourself in a situation and then crying about it after. No, you did that. You gotta stand on that.
It ain't even about us. Man. Like I go into situations, bro. Now I try not to even get into an argument with nobody, because I'm not. It's not even about me, bro. You feel me? It's not even about. I've been gone all these years already. I got a 2-year-old daughter that I'm trying to just watch grow up. I ain't even slim. I've been locked up so long, bro. I never seen a child grow up. Never seen a child grow up.
You come home, they grown.
Never seen a child grow up.
Yeah.
Slim. So yeah, I got my own. You feel me? And she already, a distance away. Like I really ain't trying to be like getting into it with nobody or none of that. Like I've been gone 10 years. Like why somebody mad at me? I ain't did nothing. I ain't. I'm broke. I ain't got no money or nothing.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is just, you know what I mean? That's it.
Let me ask you this. This is a question for both of y'all. So I'm gonna start with Manny first, and I'm gonna come to you. So Manny, you just celebrated your 2-year anniversary from being home in prison. How does that feel, man? How does that feel?
Bittersweet.
Bittersweet. Why do you say it's bittersweet?
I guess I'm gonna say like sometimes it's a little bit of like survivor's remorse in a way. You know, I don't know if I'm using the right term, but it's just like damn, like it's sometimes it kind of like blows my mind. Like damn, I just went through that. Like I left behind people that's probably never come home. You know what I'm saying? Like people I had real bonds with and like friendships with and stuff like that. And then like also like I think about it like damn, like I'm grateful, but I also like I think I'd be hard on myself a lot, right? Where it's like I look up 2 years done passed and I'm like damn, I'm like all right, I done this and that. I gotta give myself credit, but at the same time I know I'm not where I want to be at. I gotta give myself credit, but I mean I feel blessed, bro. Like overall I feel blessed. Like 2 years, that means I've been out here with my son 2 years. You know what I'm saying? My son wasn't even 2 years old when I left him.
Yeah, I seen you posted
For
that.
sure.
Yeah,
For
Wasn't
sure.
even 2,
Shout
bro.
out little Nate, man. For sure. So how about you, Mr. Honest? How long you been out?
Juneteenth will be 2 years since I.
Both 2 years.
Yeah, since I.
Yeah, you came
Right.
right behind me. Yeah, I remember getting on FaceTime with you.
Yeah, Biden, man, did that. You know what I mean? They
Let me
came
ask
to
you
myself out of
How's
there.
that experience, man? Because you, like I said, man, everybody that know Mr. Honest, it's always, man, where you at? Locked up. You know, to be home a week or two or less than, like I said, 90 days. You go back in. How's it been just being out here consistent the way you are now?
Man, it feel good, man. I'm talking about like, I've learned to cherish the little things.
Yeah.
And I think doing that has brought me so many more days out here.
Right.
Cherish the
No
little
question.
things.
That's real tough. That's real
Man,
tough.
I'm talking about, I literally be like, all right, my day set, and then, living in a family style environment, that helps because, I've been around dudes all my life,
Right.
you feel me? So to be around, my fiance, her son, her daughter, to be in a family style environment, it feels good, man. It feels like now I have a reason why not to take a chance, you feel me? And like I really focus on my thinking more. If I gotta take a chance, bruh, like I promise you, I'm taking like precaution with is though, like I know for a fact I ain't, you know what I mean? And that's why I try to move in a certain way, and that's why, you know, I stopped drinking, because, you know, that right there was like that joint had that was my crutch, man. Like for real. Like everybody ain't mother knew it. I drink Remy. So just imagine how much cheese I was spending.
Sure.
Cheese.
Hey, and I wanna kind of come back to that too, right? I just, you know, thought about why, another reason why the word bittersweet came out too. It's because since I've been home, dudes that I had, you know, friendships with, that's come home, like since, you know, being in prison, have died, you know what I'm saying? Have like gotten killed, you know what I'm saying? And it, like, for, you know, one of my guys, like, you know, I was real tight with him. He just got killed, right? And like, you know, my memory of him was only like, you know, through being in prison with him, right? And sometimes you get the most humblest version of a person incarcerated, right? And dude had a really good heart, you know what I'm saying? Dude was really, like, just a cool, genuine, cool dude, right? And, you know, for me to have gotten that news, just kind of like, it like really disturbed me. Like, damn, like, it don't even matter if you're a good dude or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's survivor's remorse. Like, damn, like, bro, like, we out here, we come out here, we trying to thrive. You know what I'm saying? And dudes is still, you know, falling victim. You know what I'm saying? You know, I pray, you know, I thank God that I'm alive and healthy, you know what I'm saying? But that's another thing, you know, like, prison, I feel like, for me, you kind of like mentioned it, was like you cherish the small things. When you have been to prison, you kind of learn how to have gratitude in a way different way than what I observe people having gratitude out here. You feel me? Like, or perspective, period, right? Some people like to complain about traffic, right? Oh, all this traffic, all this, right? Why not be grateful for the fact that you're able to drive a car through this traffic? You know what I'm saying? You don't appreciate that you're in a car. You could be walking. You could be on a bus. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't even afford that type of stuff.
Right.
You able to afford to have a car. Be grateful for that. Yeah, the traffic can be kind of like annoying and stuff like that. Yeah, cool. But you just kind of like, you know, this is a conversation that me and Woe had when we was in the halfway house. Since, you know, with things that you may want comes things that you might not want. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to take the bitter with the sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want a car, I know there's gonna come with maintenance, oil changes, having to change tires, maybe catching a flat tire, whatever. But I want a car that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? Just having a different type of gratitude for things, different perspective. Somebody complaining about, let's just say a 18 would have been in the way, right? I'm gonna remind you how that interview we had with Buddy Fab, right? Trucks bring everything to us. Without trucks, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where our society would be. But we complain about them. We're not being grateful for the things that they're doing for us. You know what I'm saying? That's perspective. A lot of people wouldn't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? So perspective change, you know, when you basically stripped away from having everything, and you be like, man, you know, like, you learn how to appreciate things, like really appreciate things. And, you know, I encourage people to start doing that, like, think about it in that aspect. Stop thinking about it in a, you know, selfish aspect. Oh, this truck is in my way, or this traffic is in my way, man. There's good that comes with that.
Right. So let me ask you this. This is a question, Mr. Honest. Both of y'all, how did you survive prison, man? Because before we talked about camera, when we talked off camera, you were saying how you never got into an altercation with something that had to happen. I'm talking about laying somebody down.
I ain't never had a busting it.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Laying somebody down. So talk about that. How did you manage to not do that, man? Was it being humble, showing humility towards others? Talk about that.
I was a humble dude.
Yeah.
I always try to be a good dude, now. If I can help you, I can help you. I've always been direct. You feel me? My thing is, for one, right? There's only so much a man can take, right? I done seen people walk off by somebody talking so much stuff like, go ahead, man, go ahead. And then he literally tried to leave, but he ended up fucking him up. You feel me? Excuse my French, but yeah. It's like, I told you, go ahead.
Right.
You feel me? So, my thing is, I'm just thank God that I was able to have the common sense to always be myself. You feel me? Regardless of who around. Because in prison, in 1 minute your homie might be with you, no, next minute your homie not with you. You feel me? This shit starts over DC jail. So if they see you acting one way when somebody around, and then you acting a whole nother way when they gone, then you know what I mean? You ain't being honest. You feel me? So my thing is, I've always, even in the street, I'm always saying, man, I'm the same person. You're the same or, you know what I mean? We're gonna be us. I'm gonna let you know. Either I'm gonna let you know about it, or I'm gonna, get quiet on you and cut you off. Now, I'm so much of a good dude, whereas though, if I cut you off, or if I'm not speaking to you in the unit, the whole unit go know I'm upset at you, because guess what? The whole unit fucks with me. Just on the strength. You feel me? So I'm the type of dude who's always one of the ones that people wanted to get cool with. You feel me? Not on no aggressive shit, but on some man time. Because I was always like head detail of the jail, in the unit, working in the kitchen. I always been organizing shit, making sure shit go right. Nigga might come, hey bro, my man birthday junk, man, can you make us some nacho, boom, boom, boom. Feel me? Or the homie car in the feds. Hey y'all, get y'all stuff. I'm always in the position to put things together, you feel me? And it's genuine. And if I see any type of, and you know what I mean, I'm standing on principles, more everything that I stand for. Now, you're going to know that's what I'm on. So, at the end of the day, if you ain't knowing that, your time around me will be very, very limited, bro. You feel me? And it's going to show. Because, like, for real, like, it be people that be real, like, like you might think they this, that, and the third the whole time. They gonna sit with me and we on some cold-blooded chill. And you might be sitting at the table with me the whole time for like a month, 3 months before I even say a word to you. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, that's a survival prison. Once you say something to somebody, that's it. The door's open. Saying hi to somebody, giving somebody a shot of coffee, giving somebody some sugar, anything opens the door. Feel me? So I was the type. Like, my homie come out, like, hey, what's up? So that's a boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? I figure out where they from, whatever. If I got ties to them, cool. Not cool, here you go, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to see how you move, feel me? You know what I mean? I done seen too many lows come and go, all that you know what I mean? So I'm going to see how you move, feel me? I'm always get, hey, what's up, Slim? Hey, what's up, Slim? That's all I owe you. Hey, what's up, Slim? That's it.
That's it.
So look, Marathon, how about yourself? How did you survive prison?
That's a good question. Well, see, for me, I went in 19, so like I never had been to jail, so I didn't know shit.
How long you do?
6 years, 8 months. 6 years and 8 months to be exact. And so this was my first and longest time being in prison, right? But starting out, I didn't know shit. I didn't know nothing. So how I survived in a sense was observing how everybody else moved, right? But the thing is, I always grab, like, I have this attribute about me that I like to soak in game. I like to observe and learn from others.
Like
right?
to listen.
I like to listen. I gravitate towards the older dudes that know something, that been through something, right? I ain't got time to be sitting around here talking about dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I never been a crash dummy. I never been on, like, you know, like I may have been, you know, maybe misguided or may have not had the right direction in my life.
Nah, you never been a follower, basically.
Yeah. So, you know, starting out, I even had a rough time at the fact that I wasn't on what every other youngin' was on. You know what I'm saying? But early on, like, you know, me just being humble, period, and I'm not a hard person to get along with. You feel me? I'm cool as hell. So, like, me being humble, me being able to observe and soak up my environment and like kind of like see how things supposed to be and how things shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? I might learn, oh nah, he a crash dummy. I ain't gonna be like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? And just being myself. Like I said early on, it was kind of rough me being myself. But as I kind of like grew more into a man, I remained myself. You know what I'm saying? And I never tried to change that for nobody. Right? I never tried to change that to please anybody. So me being myself, me being humble, you know what I'm saying? Me learning how to move by observing, me gravitating towards older dudes or more experienced, more seasoned people and learning game from them. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, you know, like learning, sometimes it's just best to not say much. The less you say, the better it is. You know what I'm saying? The less people know, or the less people know about you, the better. You know what I'm saying? Just not doing too much of that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, what you say get you like, you know, get you caught up with like, you know, and it may be something where it's like you didn't even mean for nothing to go bad or nothing. It's just more so like staying in your own lane. You know what I'm saying? I learned through trial and error, like really just like observing, talking to people, and just applying that to myself. But like by the time I turned 25, I was moving to my own. So I always been moving to the beat of my own drum, but at this point, like I was already like, you know, confident in myself enough where as though I didn't really need anybody to kind of like come over like, man, I like how you move and this is enough. I like how I move. You feel me? I like, as long as I like how I move.
You set your own trends, man.
Come on,
man.
man.
Every joint I've been to, I set a trend. Stand on that. Every day, it ain't no. I've been in every joint I've been to. Ain't no freak. I done started something. You feel me? It's a trend. You got to be yourself, man.
Yeah, y'all want to know how I got the name Marathon?
How you get the name Marathon?
So, the last prison that I, you know, finished my time at, right? That's where I was like the most productive at with myself, right? I'm always doing something. I was training with like boxing. Like I had an older homie that was, you know, teaching me boxing and stuff, and I didn't do it because I ain't know how to fight. I was scared to fight or nothing.
Exercise.
It was the exercise and it was like, for me, it was like the mental part of it, the mental aspect of boxing, right? I was boxing, playing soccer, going to the law library, reading, educating myself, like just staying productive, staying busy, working out, always on the go, always doing something. I was never sitting there stagnant, right? Had my little hustle going on with the sports betting and stuff like that, right? And the dude, shout out to CB, man, free CB, man, coming home soon, man. He would always kind of like just observe me. He from Nebraska, right? Omaha, Nebraska, right? I'd be like, he always observed me, man. Good dude, and he just like how I move, right? And he just would always peep me, always on the go, always like staying active and productive, right? At first he's like, Maserati Manny, and I was just like kind of like laughing off, like, you funny, right? Then he was like, Marathon Manny, and I was like, what? He like, yeah, Marathon man. I'm like, why you say that? He like, 'cause you always doing the go, like you always, you know, like you constantly moving. You always doing something, and I'm like, man, I like
Come in
that.
the unit, shoot back out that jump.
Yeah, Marathon. And then it just stuck. Like, you know, the guys I work out with, Marathon Man. My homies, Marathon Man. Oh yeah, you Marathon Man. You like, Marathon. So that's kind of like where it stuck at. And then like, you know, also credit the reason why I embraced it even more was because, you know, rest in peace Nipsey Hussle, long live Nipsey Hussle. His whole, you know, perspective on marathon, right? I embraced it because of that too. It's like, man, you know, I'm gonna live my life like it's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? Why am I gonna sit there and stay stagnant when we could always be building, we could always be productive and stuff like that? So that's what my name come from, Marathon Manny. And I wasn't trying to jack nobody's stuff, like, you know, trying to jack, oh, he doing it because of Nip. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I embraced it, a part of because of Nip, but at the same time, I didn't choose it, it chose me. Dude, just like Marathon Manny, and it kind of just stuck. You know what I'm saying?
If somebody asked me today, say, who gave you that name Honest? I said, I gave myself that name. He said, you can't give yourself your own nickname. I said, shit, yes I can. My name Honest. Get it real. Honest. Hey.
You create your own narrative.
So, with all that being said, though, man, Well, I'm gonna say we say one takeaway. What's 2 takeaways y'all learned from prison that you still apply to your life to this day?
You wanna go?
I
got it.
Marathon, go ahead, Marathon. Let it go, man.
I got so
Man,
many.
Marathon.
I'm like, sheesh.
Go ahead, Marathon. Let it go, man. Let it go, man. Let it rip.
Just to go back to it, gratitude.
Yeah.
Having gratitude for even
Expound.
the smallest things,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
Like, man, I would, when I was in there, I was studying Siddha yoga meditation, right?
What is that for the people that don't know?
Siddha yoga is just a form, it's a form of yoga.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not religion. It's just spiritual teachings and like enlightenment and stuff, right? You go within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Meditate, seek within. You know what I'm saying? The self, right? And it's a lot more to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and like try to break it down because it's something you would have to go on a journey for yourself to find out, right? And like I've always I give credit to my mother for this. Like my mother instilled in me this way of humbleness, right? Right. I never try, and forgive me if I ever had come off as arrogant or prideful or like I look down upon people, and like just always had this form, like just this way of humbleness, and also like just like my mother just taught me gratitude is just in prison it cultivated even more, right? And so when I was studying these yoga lessons and stuff, it's just I kind of like learned how to like have gratitude for that. Whereas though like I used to write it was a like a nonprofit, a foundation, nonprofit organization that was providing these lessons for free to us, right? And so you able to like kind of like write them back, express yourself and stuff like that. One time I was just expressing how grateful I was for the lessons and what it's doing for me and just so on and so forth. And I received a letter back from them, right? And they was like, we just love how how you express your your gratitude, and they went into detail of gratitude. They like, look, gratitude whets the heart. Like gratitude, like it opens the heart up more. You know what I'm saying? When you know how to be grateful for things, like it does something to you. You know what I'm saying? And so that was one of my takeaways, is just having an abundance of gratitude, right? And my other takeaway is just kind of like just being self-aware, man. Like knowing like, all right, I'm not perfect, and if I'm gonna make mistakes, but it's not, it's not about making the mistakes and kind of like identifying with the mistake, identifying with my flaws, my shortcomings. No, I see it for what it is. All right, I fucked up right there.
Yeah.
You feel me? But you know what? I'm gonna shake back.
I'm telling you.
Like my man
Like a
Kevin
4.5
Gates.
hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna shake back. You know what I'm saying? We fuck up. I'm gonna shake back.
For sure.
So self-awareness, man. Like just recently, man, I kind of got like I indulged in marijuana. I had to stop because I felt like I was holding myself back a little bit too much. And have I not been self-aware, I'd probably still be letting it hold me back. Once I start feeling like something's holding me back, I'm like,
it's time to go.
Time to go. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta part ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Time to tighten up.
Yeah, I'm
Time to
telling
lock
you.
in.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? Self-awareness brings that.
Yeah, show them what marathon is.
But like you tell me, bro, like you can't be too hard on yourself. So I'm still learning that balance and not being so critical of myself and understanding it takes a time. It's a process. Just enjoy that process. You know what I'm saying? That's my 2 takeaways.
I like that, marathon. How about you, Mr. Honest?
I say what I learned from prison. One of the things I learned from prison is to make it all about me. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I gotta worry about myself at the end of the day, man. Ain't nobody gonna do every minute, every second. Like the times that I spent locked up, Slim. Like at the end of the day, I got to be selfish with my life now, Slim. Like I got to. I done gave the prison system my whole life. I got to be selfish with my life. That's why I protect my space and watch who I'm around and like be more vocal on things. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, and I'm gonna try to say it in the most respectful way as possible. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, you gotta understand where I'm coming from. I'm literally worrying about myself right now. Feel me? I'm no good to nobody if I don't get myself together.
For sure.
And then another thing, man, understanding it's only one right way. I don't care if it's in prison or society. There's only one right ways.
When there's only one right way, what do you mean by that? Like, in life, you gotta think about it like this. What you're right might not be another person right. Society may say, "Oh, you're right because you're doing this," but like the thing is, sometimes you gotta make something wrong. Something that's wrong, you gotta make it right. Then shout out to Renz. He used to always say you gotta do it wrong before you make it right. You know what I'm saying? So when you say that, when you say, it's always one right way, what do you really mean by that?
When I say it's only one right way, basically being respectful. You know, being caring, being considerate, being genuine, being honest. Basically, you got to express yourself, Slim, and you got to be able to express yourself in a respectful manner. And the person that you're expressing yourself to has to be able to be respectful enough to listen to you. Because like you said, it's a good and bad in every situation. It's always good and bad in every situation. You feel me? It's about how you expressing yourself. You feel me? And that's where a lot of things go left because people do not express themselves. People don't even know how to speak to people. You feel me? Let alone expressing themselves. You feel me? And yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
Before we wrap this up, I just want to say this right here, man. Free Manny, man. Free Amon Hamlin.
She,
she,
my man, talked to you this morning.
Now we got she, but pretty much everybody been coming home. And I want to say Manny because he got court Friday. The Iraq. He got some play, man. So go down there Friday. And I just want all the prayers, whoever watch this when it comes out, all the prayer warriors, man, that say prayers, makes a lot, whatever you can do, pray to Allah, you Buddhist, whoever, whatever. Because I know you coming home, man, you've been down for 21 years, and it's that time, man. So free Manny, free She,
free Nut,
free Nutty.
The big homie.
Yeah, free the big homie,
dog.
the biggest homie from around our way, man.
That was on the yard with the big dog.
They ain't even hip to Nut. Nut is so much of a good dude, man. Oh my, they don't even know.
Talk about Nutty for a minute before we get out of here, man. I personally don't know Nutty. He's been locked up since I was young, man.
That was like my father in prison, bro. I'm talking about like cold-blooded stand-up, man, like good dude, family man, humble, loving, caring, guided, guide me in the right direction. Like I'm talking about on some straight man time. I'm talking about like having me focus on the bigger picture type thing. Like people don't even know him no more. That shouldn't even be. Now I'm gonna give him a new nickname. Now we gotta give him a new nickname. That nickname.
And I heard he coming home too, man. I heard he coming home too. So it's some play for everybody, man. Like our whole neighborhood, man, been locked up for a minute. Everybody coming home one by one, man. For real.
And it's for the right reason.
For sure.
If I'm acting like I swear. It's more to come. I promise you.
Sure.
I'm just a product of them. They've been longer than me. You know what I mean? They like, hey, go out there, do this. That's all I'm doing.
For sure.
Definitely. I was about to say, I ain't gonna. It's weird to say. I was about to say I had the pleasure of being on the yard with him. I had the pleasure of encountering him through my time being incarcerated, right? And one of my takeaways from him is just being on man time, like just. Carrying, like literally what I was just saying, carrying yourself as a man, carrying yourself with respect, right? And that's what Nutty, exuded, right? Anywhere you look left or right, people gonna respect Nutty, not because they scared of him. You know what I'm saying?
His influence, he using his influence in the right way, son.
And he's giving them.
He using his influence literally in the right way in prison.
Humility,
Whereas though it's carrying on, look at us right now. We both was on the yard with him.
Feel me? From the same neighborhood.
Same neighborhood, man. The same Nutty. You know what I mean? That's been in. That's not even the same person no more. You feel? You gotta give somebody a second chance.
You gotta evolve.
Like the same way they got the same way they got these gadgets. The same way they got these gadgets to do everything else. Find a gadget to really just tap into somebody to see if they being genuine. There's so many people that need to be homeless.
Right. That need to be. Facts,
like, come on, come up with this shit. Everybody coming up.
It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
Find out if a man could come home for real. Like, for real.
And there's a lot of innocent people incarcerated.
And I want to say this too. Welcome home, Tony Lewis, man. Tony
Oh,
Lewis, sir.
man.
Welcome home,
Welcome
man.
home, Tony
Let's
Lewis.
welcome home,
Welcome
listen.
home.
We coming for that interview soon, Tony Lewis Jr., man, because you a heck of a son, man.
Yeah,
Got pops
man,
home,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Real,
As
man,
you
real
should,
tough,
man.
man. Shout out.
That's right
Real
there, man
DC.
time.
Salute,
That's
salute.
man
Man time.
time. That's standing
Salute,
on
Slim.
business
I'm
right
telling
there.
you,
That's
man
man
time all
time
the
and
way.
standing on business right there. What he did.
For
That's
sure.
an example y'all need to follow. We
Absolutely.
need to follow.
I'm telling you, man. For
Come on,
sure,
man,
for
the
sure.
free- Hey, the real is free in
I'm
that
t-
aspect.
I'm telling you. There you go, man. So look, with all that being said, we had to bring Mr. Honest back. He did what he did. My brother
sir.
Marathon Manny, and this is another episode of
the
the
Reap.
For sure.
This is the real. This is the real. Okay.
If you're not on the real, you're not real.
There you go. Bam.